Dun 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 dun. Hello, my friend. Today we have some influencer created products to test out. We have the Patrick Starrr makeup removal products by his new brand called One Size. And we are gonna get all up in these. I will let you know everything you need to know about them before you buy them. We're gonna test them out on camera. If you're curious to know whether these things are worth your money or not, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. Before we get started, I do want to let you know that I did purchase both of these products with my very own money. I have seen Patrick at a couple of events. I think I've said maybe 2 sentences to him in my entire life. He does not know me. I don't know him. There is no personal connection there. I like to put that in the beginning when I'm talking about influencer-related products. So let's start off with this. These are the Go Off Juiciest Makeup Remover Wipes. They're described as a plush, supersized makeup wipe that glides onto the skin, refreshing and fully removing makeup with just one juicy swipe. And then we have the Go Off Makeup Dissolving Mist. This is described as an epic continuous mist that slips over the skin effortlessly and instantly dissolves heavy makeup without leaving skin feeling tight or dry. Both of these are available both online and in store at Sephora. Both of them have labeled on here that they're made in the United States. I did look for a shelf life, could not find a shelf life on either product, but I don't think that's unusual for makeup remover products. Some countries require an expiration time, like when you see the little jar where it says how many months. The United States does not, so therefore they don't have to have it on there. I just want to let you know it's not on there. Couldn't find it. Kind of wish it was there. One Size is a cruelty-free brand, and these are also vegan products. Brand controversies. One Size is a brand new brand, so there aren't any controversies when it comes to the brand. When it comes to Patrick Starrr, I did find 2, and they were both from 2019. There may be more that I'm just unaware of. The first one was a little bit of trouble that he got in with Manny MUA. He did an Instagram video in a traptorial style, which was created by Chelsea Worthy, and she was not happy that they were using her style without crediting it. And then in November of 2019, Patrick was called out for his outfit of choice. You may know that Patrick wears a lot of turbans. So he was wearing this particular outfit on Instagram. I believe he wore it to an awards assembly. And he was called out because people were saying it was cultural appropriation because it looked very, very close to Nigerian formal dress. I'm going to show you some photos of that I just found from Googling on the internet, what Nigerian formal dress looks like, so you can decide whether you feel like it's close enough for you. I like to do brand controversy so people are aware of the people behind the brands in case that influences your purchasing decision. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about value. And that's something that's been brought up specifically about the wipes, that they are quite expensive. It's $15 for this pack. You get 21 wipes, so that breaks down to 71 cents per wipe. One thing to keep in mind is these wipes are quite large. If you compare them to the size of a Neutrogena wipe, it's about twice the size. So if you're used to using 2 of, let's say, a Neutrogena wipe, then maybe you'll only have to use 1 of the Patrick Starrr ones. So you kind of have to factor that in there. But let's just go with 71 cents per wipe, and let's talk about some comparisons. So the Neutrogena twin pack at Ulta, you get 50 of them for $12.49, which is 25 cents per wipe. The Clinique Take the Day Off ones are $15.50 for 50, and that's 31 cents per wipe. The Philosophy Purity Made Simple, $15 for 30 wipes, that's 50 cents per wipe. And the Ulta brand, $10 for 50, that's 20 cents per wipe. And finally, I want to just mention the Cetaphil ones, the Gentle Skin Cleansing Cloths twin pack, $12.99, that's 26 cents per wipe. So if you're going just the per wipe price, this is the most expensive of the ones that were most popular on the Ulta website. There really weren't a whole lot on the Sephora website, and the ones that I saw didn't have fabulous ratings, so I figured I would try to compare them to the ones that are the most popular, like the Neutrogena ones you hear about all the time, instead of just going by the price point of products that people rarely use. So if you're just talking per wipe price, this is very expensive, but if you count this as 2 because it's so large and because you usually use 2 in a shot, then maybe it might be worth it at like the 35 cents per wipe. That's just gonna be up to your personal using habits. Now for the mist, this is $24 and you get 3.4 ounces. I had a lot of trouble finding mists that were comparable to this. It's not really a very popular format for makeup removal, so maybe he's trying to break into a different space, just do something different, which I commend. Always love seeing people do things in slightly different ways. The Urban Decay Meltdown Makeup Remover Spray is $26 and that's for 3.38 ounces, and then the Skindinavia Makeup Remover Spray is $29 for 4 ounces. So if you look at that, this falls right in there with those brands. It's a same price. I mean, Skindinavia, Urban Decay. Skindinavia's formulated things for Urban Decay. Their Sephora brand prices, prestige prices, makes sense. All right, let's talk about packaging just for a minute. Let's start with the wipes. So opening this is pretty easy. You do have to, really kind of pull, but it's not really hard, and you don't need 2 fingers to clasp in order to open. You can just flick it with 1 finger. Opening this actually wasn't the easiest thing when I pulled the first wipe out. I had to kind of finagle a little bit with the sticker here to get it to pull off. The only reason why this would matter is if you have fine motor difficulties and you can't really dig in there with your finger to get it out, but it really wasn't a problem. I just wanted to mention it didn't just like pop off super easy. Clicking it closed is very easy. For this, it's just as easy as opening any other hairspray or anything like that. And this pushing down is very easy to push. You do have to have some pushing ability, some strength in your finger in order to push it, but it's not bad. Clicking this on is also pretty easy as well. While we're on packaging, I just want to make the quick environmental PSA. Never, 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 never throw any wipes down the toilet. This is why. This is what happens. Even the flushable wipes, if you weren't aware, I know I've met people in the past that did not know that flushable wipes did not dissolve like toilet paper dissolves. People that flush these down the toilet, please, please don't do that. They're terrible for the sewers, terrible for the pipes, terrible for the environment. All right, you ready to get geeky? Let's get into ingredient analysis. Wipes. So there's 10 ingredients total that help these wipes to function. 2 of them are silicones, 5 of them are emollients. So 7 out of the 10 ingredients are there to move your makeup around. That's all they do. They just move it around. They break it down and they move it around. Another interesting ingredient in here that's number 2 is isododecaine, which is weird because that's typically used in liquid lipsticks and foundations to help them last longer. So I thought that was really weird. I'm sure it has some logical purpose for being in here that I'm just not aware of as someone who is not a cosmetic chemist. That ingredient is also effective in stopping evaporation of water from the skin, so maybe that's one of the reasons why it's in there. I also want to mention the Sweetbriar Rose Hip Oil that's in here. It's high in vitamin C. It's a wonderful, wonderful ingredient. It is very, very low down though, so I'm not sure how much is in here or whether it could do something good for your skin. It may be enough to do something, it may not. There really is no way to know. And then the final ingredient is fragrance. These are fragrance, a little bit sweet, a little bit floral. They have a nice pleasant scent. They don't smell alcohol-y or medicinally or anything like that, and they don't have any denatured alcohol in them, which is fabulous to see in a makeup wipe. All right, the spray. Again, we have lots of silicones and emollients to kind of move things around, but we also have some pretty good ingredients in here like glycerin that's gonna pull the water from the top of the product into your skin while it's on your face, so that's a good thing. There's also something in here called coconut liquid endosperm, also known as coconut water. Less exciting. I prefer endosperm, so I'm glad that that was on the product label. It might support hydration and it also might have antioxidant benefits, so that's good. There's also some skin soothing ingredients in here like aloe and marshmallow extract. And one that I know Dr. Dre loves is colloidal oatmeal. There's actually some of that in here. It's the oat kernel extract is in here. Again, don't know if it's enough to make a difference, but still a very nice ingredient to see in here. There are actually a lot of other good moisturizing oils and different things in this product, but I don't want this video to be too long. Just know the only thing I saw in here that made me kind of go eh is the fragrance, and it smells just like this stuff. It's got that sweet floral kind of scent. All right, are you ready to try these out? It is demo time. Now, Patrick, in his video, he used both, but I wanna see whether you have to purchase both in order to remove makeup. The plan is that I am going to take off my makeup, half with the Patrick Starrr on this side, half with the Neutrogena on the other side, and see how it does. And I wanna compare them to these, because these used to be, back in the day when I used makeup wipes on the regular, these were my go-to. These were the ones I picked up in bulk at Costco. So I know that I liked these at one point, so I figure comparing them to this would be good. After that, I'm going to wash my face, and then I'm going to put all of this makeup back on. You heard me. I'm going to put it all back on, and then we're gonna use this spray and see how that works, and then we'll be here for final thoughts. So let's go ahead and jump into that. La, 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 la. While we do this, I just want to tell you why you should not use makeup wipes. There is a time and a place for makeup wipes. I feel like the time and the place is when you are not going to remove your makeup at all, and this is your only option. It's definitely better than nothing. But the problem is this is definitely not a cleanser. This is not cleaning your skin. What it's doing is it is breaking up your makeup and pulling some of it onto the cloth, but it's not actually cleaning your face. So I think that's really important to note. Also with makeup wipes is that you are rubbing your face, and scrubbing and rubbing your face like this is not really great for your skin, especially your eye area. Okay, let's see how we're doing so far. Kind of get in the eyes there. And I will list down below all of the products that I use just so that you're aware of what was on my face. I tried to kind of not cake it on, but wear kind of my full coverage when I'm wearing a lot of makeup. For some people, maybe that wasn't a lot. For me, that was a lot. So I feel like that did a pretty good job, and you can see how much of the wipe that I used. I did not use the other side at all. So now I'm gonna open up my Neutrogena wipes. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these after. Probably won't use them. All right, Neutrogena wipe. Let's go ahead. I want to show you comparison-wise the size of these. So that's what we're talking about as far as size difference. It's a little bit less than double the size. One thing I noticed right away is this one felt more cloth-like, and this one's actually wetter. This one, for a Juiciest makeup wipe, was not very juicy. I'm actually quite surprised because that was one of the big marketing claims, was the juiciness of it. But I'm wondering, where's the juice? There's no juice on it. Like, it's wet enough, but it's definitely not juicy. Like, this is juicy compared to this. I specifically didn't wear lashes for this because I always find that lash glue is incredibly hard to remove, even with good makeup removers, and I didn't want to kind of sabotage this. I wanted to make sure it was fair. I do want to tell you that I do feel a little bit of stinging of my skin on this side where I did not feel that over here. This definitely feels like a more harsh, chemically formula. So both of them removed my makeup effectively. I do not need to use Patrick's whole wipe. I personally, I guess the size of my face, don't need an extra large wipe. Some people probably will benefit from that. I personally don't. Both of these were effective. Neither one seemed to take especially long to work. They both work. This one's just a heck of a lot more expensive. If you feel like you need the extra large wipe, if you want something that feels a little more like cloth, I would say go with the Patrick Starrr ones. Also, if you want something that is maybe a little more gentle on the skin, because I did feel the stinging with this, definitely go with the Patrick Starrr ones. If you don't need all of that, you don't need a bigger wipe, you don't mind a harsher chemical on your face because you're just gonna wash it off anyway, then maybe the Neutrogenas are just fine. All right, so in just 1 second, I will be back with my face back on. And we're back. You like the magic. All right, so it is time to spray the mist. Because I want to get the most out of this review, I decided to run upstairs and grab my Heimish All Clean Balm. Now this is a K-Beauty product. It is fabulous. It works really well. I'm going to clean this side of my face with this, and I'm going to use Patrick spray on this side. Now I did go to Ulta today to pick these up. I looked for the Urban Decay spray. They didn't have that one, and I asked the people at Ulta if there was any more makeup removing sprays. They didn't have any. It was kind of a last minute thought, and I just don't want to leave this with just using the one product because I feel like that's a waste of an opportunity. So we're gonna just try both and we'll see how it works. Put my bare ears back on. Ugh. The directions say to spray the mist 8 to 10 inches away from the face until evenly coated. To apply, like Patrick Starrr, spray mist in an O circle around the face, then an S shape across the face, and he also said you can do a line across it. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm just saturated on this side. So here we go, I'm gonna close my eyes. I don't like sprays in my face. That might be excessive. And don't inhale it. It's not a good idea. I think I put on too much though. But I think with this kind of situation, putting on too much is not necessarily a bad thing. Just inhaling it is not good. So that's something to take into consideration if inhaling it is going to be a problem for you. I'm gonna let that sit. Now, one of the things they talk about is that this is a no drip situation, and this really does feel no drip. The first time I used it, I didn't feel like I put on enough and had to add more on. So I'm gonna take my Heimish All Clean Balm. I'm gonna put that on this side of my face. I've got my brand new washcloth. Carolyn Hiring calls them a flannel. Make sure I got on both sides of my lips. I'm supposed to massage it into the skin. And what I noticed right away is that the Patrick Starrr side is not as oily as the Heimish, which this is a cleansing balm. Of course, it's gonna be more oily. You ready to do the eyeballs? Okay, here we go. Oh, it definitely, I can feel it being a little slippy, but it's not nearly as oily. So if you don't like intense, very thick oils on your face, you may like the spray better than a cleansing balm. Oh my gosh, I look fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, so I'm gonna take off the Heimish side first and see what we're dealing with. All right, I would say that removed really, really well. Here's what the towel looks like, and then we'll do the Patrick Starrr on this side. Typically, I would do this with a wet washcloth, but because I want to show how it works without the water, I'm just wiping it off for now, but I am going to rinse this. I do have to say my eye does feel a little bit cloudy on the Heimish side. It does not on the Patrick Starrr side. Okay, the last direction is to follow with your daily face cleanser. So before I do that, let's just take a look at both sides. I think maybe I have a little bit of mascara left on this side, very lightly. Let me go wash my face and see if that mascara then starts to run. I'll be right back. All right, so I do still see a tad bit of mascara on this side. When I use my regular face cleanser, I think that that is going to come off. But overall, both of them did a fantastic job. Let me take these bare ears off so you can take me maybe somewhat seriously as I go into my final thoughts. So let's talk about the wipes first. First of all, let me just admit to you, I don't like makeup wipes. I feel like they pull on the face. I feel like it's just mushing makeup around, and they definitely need to be washed off. Makeup wipes are not good for the environment, especially for people that throw them down the toilet. They're not my favorite just in general overall. I wish that they were juicier. That's my big complaint. I don't think that the big size is necessary for everyone. I do think think the ingredients look pretty good considering they're a makeup wipe. I think as a last resort, maybe you may want to have some of these on hand, but overall, do I think that really the price difference is worth it between the Neutrogena and these? Absolutely not, especially if you don't have sensitive skin. But if you are a makeup wipe person, they do work. For the spray, again, I hate spraying stuff on my face. It is not my preferred way of removing anything or making, I don't even use setting sprays. I don't like spraying stuff on my face. That being said, this mist is very pleasant. It is a very fine mist. It does not feel terrible on my skin. This is a very effective makeup remover, but keep in mind that this is not a cleanser. This is not cleaning your face. This is not cleaning your face. All it is removing your makeup. So I think the big part of the marketing that I wish that Patrick had stressed more was the importance of washing these off. Because really what you're doing, you're pulling emollients and silicones on your face, which is basically makeup primer. It's what you're putting on your face to remove it. So, which is ironic that it would be that way, but that's really what a lot of this is made out of, is the silicones and things. So you want to take that off of your face. If you're falling asleep with traces of either of these on your face is not clean. So personally, I am a bigger fan of using something like the All Clean Balm that is actually a cleanser and then following it up with another cleanser. That's my personal preference. But the question was, does this work? And yes, it absolutely does. And I also had the question of, did we need to use both in order for it to be effective? No, you absolutely do not need both, which I wish that Patrick, again, had shown that in his video, because I think that would have been good for the budget conscious. But as a marketing perspective, showing both of them, showing that you can use both of them, maybe he was trying to sell people both of them, I don't know. But just so you know, you don't need both of them. You can just get one or the other. And if I had to recommend one, I would probably recommend the spray. With that being said, my friend, you know what time it is. It is your turn in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, where we help each other to not buy crap and to buy things that are totally worth it. I would love to know your thoughts on the Patrick Starrr one size makeup removal products. Are you interested in these? Have you bought them? What do you think of them? Is there anything I missed in this video? I would love for you to weigh in down below. And also, I'm really curious to see if you saw the advertisements for the makeup that's coming out from the One Size brand. Are you interested in that? Do you think I should review it? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you are not already subscribed and you would like to subscribe and see more content, you can click the subscribe button down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button. Helps me out a lot. And if you'd like to watch another video, YouTube should be recommending a video for you right down there to watch. But if it is your time to go, it is no problem at all. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did. Mad love to you. And I will see you in a video very soon. Bye! I'm gonna go do the rest of my skincare routine now. That's gotta happen.